How'd I do?
We're still alive, Lieutenant. I'd say you did good.
Nomad! Thank God you made it! Take a look at this. One of the pilots brought it in.
Oi, Nomad! Get a load of this ugly bastard!
Yeah.
Okay,
Psycho's
keep it
little
steady.
trophy. Hey, be careful!
The Admiral's nuts bringing this thing on board.
You got something to say, Collins?
No, sir.
I didn't think so.
What the hell?
Dead now, ain't it?
We saw the same thing with our generators in the mine. These creatures drain energy from nearby power sources.
You could have mentioned that before we brought it on board.
Nomad, the Admiral wants to see you down in CDC. That video feed you sent back's causing a bit of a stir.
Man.
Better get down there.
You go on. I'll see you later.
Come on, the Admiral's waiting.
Glad you made it, Psycho. Where you been?
I spoke to Prophet. I think he's really losing it. Whatever happened inside that sphere shook him up. He's on about going back to the island. Eleanor thinks she's figured out how these things communicate. Electrical signals or something. She reckons she can mimic their communications so we can fry their circuit. Sounds like a long shot if you ask me.
Alright, hello and welcome everyone back to the last mission of Crysis Remastered. So we are back on the USS Constitution. Psycho has somehow managed to capture one of those scouts and bring it back to the ship.
All right, there's a hospital ship en route from Japan. It's gonna take time, so we have to make do. I want a trauma center in Surprise now.
Yes, sir.
And we're headed down to find Prophet.
Report to CDC. Dr. Rosenthal for the CDC.
We're just following Psycho here.
All right, fellas. It's in there, mate.
Alright, well, CDC stands for Combat Directions Center, not Centers for Disease Control in this case.
I'm gonna go find Prophet before he does something stupid. I'll catch you later.
Strickland, if you can hear me, you've got to get everyone off this island. There's thousands of these things and they're waking up.
It's an infestation. Nomad, you did a fine job out there, son. Thanks to your video feed, the Joint Chiefs have recommended a nuclear assault. As soon as I get final confirmation from the White House, we'll reduce these bastards to dust.
Admiral, we shouldn't rush into any decisions here. We need time to explore other alternatives.
You want to second-guess the President? The Joint Chiefs? I'm not sure you understand the gravity of the situation, Doctor. Just over a week ago, military intel sats detected abnormal heat signatures from that island. At first, we suspected the Koreans were testing nukes. CIA and NSA got word. It gets better. 4 days ago, NASA picked up a high-frequency signal emanating from the center of the mountain. The beacon is directed at a star, somewhere in Galaxy M33. That's almost 4 million light-years away.
It could be a distress signal. A call for help.
You said the samples you found were millions of years old.
That's true. But this technology is so advanced, it can't be terrestrial. What if they were stranded here, and now they're calling for help?
Whatever they are, wherever they're from, we need to act quickly. I have planes armed with nuclear missiles on standby.
With respect, sir, there's no guarantee a missile will even breach their defensive perimeter.
You want guarantees, buy a toaster. I'm not gonna sit around and hypothesize while the safety of our planet is at stake.
This is ridiculous. Those things have drained every power source they've come into contact with. The whole mountain is one giant power sink. Look at the schematic. This energy source runs through the entire structure of the mountain. Look at the shape of it. Compare it to the creature we brought on board. My guess is, this thing's biological. A living entity that feeds on power. We can't predict what will happen if we use nuclear weapons against it.
You care to predict what will happen if we don't?
I think there's another way. I just need more time.
There is no more time, Doctor.
Sir, we just lost contact with the USS Lexington.
I want all non-critical personnel out of here right now.
I'll be in the armory. Come find me when you're through with this asshole.
That means you too, Lieutenant. You need a hearing aid in that suit? I said get out!
Sir, yes, sir.
I saw your CO heading down to the armory. He's probably waiting for you, sir.
Well, you can tell the Admiral is a very imaginative and option-oriented guy. And by the way, a CDC aboard a carrier is essentially a,
Take a right.
hold on, let's use the icy machine first. I need a drink. Yeah, CDC on a carrier is essentially what on a warship will be called a CIC, a Combat Information Center.
Word is you guys were inside that sphere. Man, those nanosuits are something else.
Yes, we were in there.
Test. Some kind of accumulated. Never seen anything like it. How he got it working is anyone's guess.
Prophet is in there. We just need to find the entrance.
Nomad, you made it.
Hey, Nomad.
You all right, mate? I've still got no idea how you rigged these weapons, boss.
We don't understand it either. The firing mechanism is quite complex. It would take us weeks to reverse engineer it, yet you managed to modify them in the field. You even integrated the power source with your nanosuit. Remarkable.
Yes, I'm a natural.
To put it mildly. Okay, your suit should be fully operational with a few minor enhancements. I've diverted extra power to your hydro thrusters as requested. You're good to go, Major.
Dr. Gillespie, I need to run some tests on Nomad's nanosuit. I was told you'd be able to help.
Certainly. Take a seat, Lieutenant. We're anxious to retrieve the environmental data from your suit's recording unit.
Maximum strength.
Hey, boss, where you going?
I'm gonna finish this.
I reckon nuking the entire island is about as final as it gets.
What Admiral Morrison does is not my concern. His nuke won't even scratch the surface.
Prophet, wait!
So, what can I do for you, Doctor?
I've identified a signal pattern used by these creatures when they recharge. I think it makes them susceptible to an energy overload. Is there any way to transmit one of their signals via the nanosuit?
Shouldn't be a problem. Let me see what I can do.
What if I need to alter the frequency remotely?
Fairly straightforward. You can send signals from any computer with a wireless connection. That should leave you room to experiment.
What exactly are you guys doing to me?
If my theory is correct, you'll be a walking weapon to fight these things. Then we'd better pray Morrison knows what he's doing.
Dr. Rosenthal, board to the bridge. Dr. Rosenthal to the bridge immediately.
You shouldn't keep the Admiral waiting, Doctor. I can finish up here.
Okay. Nomad, meet me up at the bridge as soon as you're ready.
Yes, don't keep the Admiral waiting.
Pretty girl. Not many of those in my field. If I were 10 years younger, I'd... Ah, there she is. Put her on the rack over there.
Yep.
Prototype tac cannon, designed to be used in conjunction with the nanosuit. We're still experimenting. It hasn't even been field tested. It fires a projectile tactical nuke. Works like a grenade launcher, but with a lot more bang for your buck. Whatever will they think of next?
Can I try it out?
No. Well, I think we're done here, Lieutenant. I'll leave it to Dr. Rosenthal to fine-tune your transmitter.
Thanks, Doc.
No problem. You better get up to the bridge. The Admiral isn't known for his patience.
Yes, I gathered. Well, Dr. Gillespie, aka Petty Officer First Class Gillespie, put on a weird accent for us. So that thing's a tactical nuke.
Nomad! If you see Helena, can you tell her... it doesn't matter.
Well, it fires a tactical nuke like a grenade launcher.
Go easy on that.
Gee, kind of like a Davy Crockett launcher they had back in the Cold War.
Men, this is Admiral Morrison. A few moments ago, I received authorization from the President to launch a limited nuclear strike against the hostiles on the island. Obviously, the decision to use nuclear force is a very serious one. We are still unsure of the exact nature of our opposition. But based on intel gathered by our Special Ops team, we believe our planet is facing an imminent and very real threat. Whatever happens in the next few minutes, I know that each one of you will perform your duty with honor and professionalism. Now I need you all to report to your battle stations and brace for impact. Let's take the fight to them, boys.
Yes, sir. That was such an inspirational speech, Admiral. Brings tears to my eyes. I'll remember it forever. No, not really. It's horribly cliched. It's like the whole, England expects every man to do his duty, blah blah blah. Yeah, the Admiral's not a terribly inspirational guy, is he?
In here, Lieutenant. The Admiral's expecting you.
Well, we wouldn't want to keep His Majesty waiting.
Major Barnes, this is Admiral Morrison. Put that VTOL down immediately. Major Barnes! What is he doing?
Sir, should I scramble and intercept?
Let him go. Crazy bastard just signed his own death warrant. About time, Lieutenant. We're almost ready to launch. That major of yours just went AWOL. Raided the armory, took a VTOL, and headed back to the island.
Prophet's going back there? You have to delay the launch.
He made his choice, Lieutenant.
Admiral, I'm begging you to reconsider. It's too much of a risk. What if this is exactly what they want? What if we're playing into their hands?
I don't have time for what-ifs, Doctor. The Pentagon has authorized the use of nuclear force. I have my orders.
Constitution Command, this is Marauder 1. We've got Hawk approaching critical range. Over.
Copy, Marauder 1. Stand by. We're ready, sir.
What if you're wrong, Admiral? Can you live with the consequences?
Proceed with the launch.
Aye, aye, sir. Marauder 1, this is Constitution Command. That's a green light. Deliver the payload. Over.
I hope you're right about this.
You, me, and the rest of the planet.
I think we just made it stronger.
Sir, we've got multiple contacts inbound. 8. No, 12. Oh, shit!
Everybody down!
Well, the Admiral's plan to nuke them all apparently didn't work.
We got caught! Fire! Fire! He's mine!
Get a fire crew in here, now! Shake it off, Nomad. This whole ship's going to hell in a handbasket. Those things are reaching our hull from every direction. Get out there and fight, soldier! We cannot lose this ship!
Don't worry, I've got my tactical pistol here.
Lieutenant. Don't just
They'll
stand
never
there
get by me,
crossing
Admiral.
Good. Now get out on the flight deck.
Nomad, I'm gonna keep working on the transceiver. I'll let you know if I crack the signal. Good luck out there.
Well, looks like all of our defenses didn't really work very well. I mean, what are those cruisers and destroyers and all that doing? I mean, they should have been using missiles and Sea Whiz and so on. That's kind of their job, is to defend the fleet. Don't worry, we have found a minigun. Guess we'll have to do it all ourselves, won't we? Grab ourselves a missile launcher and a Gauss gun. Well, anyway, this mission, once the combat starts, is pretty much run from one place to another and fight the aliens. Nothing terribly original about it. And the Sea Whiz, the close-in weapon systems, are apparently just blindly firing into nowhere. I don't know what they're trying to hit, but they're missing. Okay, now what?
Move ahead to the elevator! Reload and regroup! It ain't over yet! Nomad, we got a breach in the reactor core. Some of our engineers are trapped on the lower decks. Take a deck elevator down to the hangar bay.
Alright, will do. By the way, where's the captain of this ship? It's just the Admiral? Anyway, we're headed down to the hangar now. Boy, that destroyer's on fire there.
Nomad, I'm in the lab with Helena. Where are you?
There's a breach in the hull. I'm heading down to the reactor room.
We're gonna make a break for the flight deck. These bastards are everywhere. Give us a shout when you're topside.
Roger, Psycho.
Nomad, I've been working on the remote transceiver. I think we can manipulate the recharge mechanism via your nanosuit. If you get in trouble, let me know.
I'm always in trouble.
Yeah, pretty much. He's also the only one who survives everything. He's got bombs and missiles just lying around here in the magazines. That's a fireball. Luckily, we just have a handheld minigun, you know. Those are just lying around an aircraft carrier.
Reloading! I thought you were one of those creatures.
You know, man?
Damn, made it. Hey, up here!
Hey, Nomad! Been waiting for you. There's a radiation leak in the core. We can't hold these things off much longer. The reactor's gonna melt down unless we can shut it off. You'll need to swing around to the other side.
Tell me what I need to do.
First, you need to disable the circuit breakers in the exchange room. That allows you to restart the reactor safely. Don't worry, I'll guide you through it.
Well, apparently Nomad's the only one who could fix the reactor. Never mind any of the nuclear technicians or whatever on this carrier. And considering that they're super highly trained, you know, Navy nukes.
You should be near the circuit breaker now. The red radiation warning light will be flashing next to it.
Okay, that should do it.
Great. Rod arms are now open. Head over to the reactor room and initiate the scram sequence.
I do know actually one U.S. Navy nuclear technician. You know, went to nuclear power school and all that. Although he didn't serve on carriers, he served on nuclear submarines. But, you know, Nomad, being special, is a specially highly trained Delta Force operator, which somehow gives him knowledge of using nuclear reactors. Plus the assistance of this guy will all be fine. And luckily there's a conveniently human-sized air vent right here. Or access hatch, or whatever this is.
Okay, I'm in the reactor room. What next?
Hit the red button!
That's all it takes, just hit the red button, huh?
Scram sequence initiated.
Good work, Nomad. The control rods should bottom now.
Well gosh, this reactor is super user-friendly, just hit the red button.
Damn it! The rods are jammed!
There are hostiles everywhere. I think they're draining power from the reactor.
Nomad, I think we can overload them with power from the core. Stay within range. I'm transmitting a signal through your suit.
I think it's working.
Don't sound so surprised. I told you this would work.
Well, they're certainly dead.
It's do or die, Lieutenant. You need to bottom those control rods.
Alright, so we need to run in here quickly.
We got extremely high radiation levels in there. You sure that suit can take it?
Yes, sir.
And push down the rods individually, one at a time, then run back in and recharge our shields and health, our energy and health, then run back in and do another one. By the way, this blue haze we're seeing, I believe, is known as Cherenkov radiation. And somehow the nanosuit protects against these amounts of radiation. I mean, God knows how many rads he's absorbing. Alright, last rod.
Okay, the reactor's shut down. Transferring power to secondary system. Great job. Nice job pushing those rods down, boy. But I need you up on deck. We got another wave of hostiles inbound. Get up here!
Who you calling boy, Admiral? Is his southern accent supposed to make him kind of homely and, you know, charismatic or something? Alright, let's get back up and do as the Grand High Wizard of the Fleet says.
Nomad, the guys on the flight deck sound like they're taking a beating. You better get up there. It's been an honor to work with you.
Honor is all mine. I got to work on a nuclear reactor.
The blast door's unlocked, Lieutenant. Take the ammo elevator.
Never mind that, you know, firing off a weapon in these enclosed spaces like this would cause permanent hearing damage. He's Delta Force, he can handle it. Oh, he's right there.
Bring it on, you sons of bitches! Come on!
these guys are chewing on the F-36s here. Go away. Eat my minigun rounds. Well, luckily these guys don't explode after you shoot them dead. They're the special variety, the non-exploding kind, you know. Alright. It'd be nice if I could find some more minigun ammo. I don't know if there's any here. Yeah, I just changed out for a scar. Why not? Sounds like a sound glitch. There's a guy still firing his scar here somewhere. Stop shooting! Nothing left to shoot at.
They're coming through the fucking wall!
Come through the walls! Coming out of the goddamn walls, man! This book! What is that? Well, whatever it was, it took out that Arleigh Burke.
All hands, abandoned ship.
Nomad, they're swarming the flight deck. You have to get up here now.
Find someplace safe. I'll get up there, but I need to make a stop first. Morrison, heading to the lab to pick up that tac cannon.
Make it quick, Lieutenant. We need you out on deck. There's something up here. Something big.
Something not human, Admiral? You don't say. They have cloaking, just like we do.
Nomad, they're swarming
Yeah, I
the
don't know what
flight
that
deck.
was.
You have to get up
A
here
graphical
now.
glitch. Apparently there was one directly in front of me and it
I'll get up
was
there. I need to make a stop first.
invisible.
Morrison, heading to the lab to pick up that tac cannon.
Make it quick, Lieutenant. We need you out on deck. There's something up here. Something big. Get off me! Get off me!
Okay, we got him that time. Alright, let's grab the tac gun. The nuclear tactical tac cannon.
Nomad, the flight deck's overrun. We need to get off this ship. Hurry!
We're bailing out, Nomad. I'm gonna grab a VTOL and get us airborne. We'll wait for you.
Firing hyper tactical nukes. Alright, back up to the flight deck. Get out of my way. Yeah, a bunch of AMRAAM missiles there or something.
This is fucked up! Nomad, get up here! These fuckers are swarming us!
I'm
Clear the bridge!
coming,
Let's go!
Admiral.
Let's go!
Sheesh.
Admiral, there's a VTOL waiting on the flight deck. We have to go now! I am not leaving this ship! Sir, we're under orders! I give the goddamned orders! Nobody leaves! We stay...
Nomad! Nomad! You have to save these people! Get out on deck! Go!
Nomad, you still alive?
Barely. The Admiral didn't make it. Where are you?
I'm with Helena in a VTOL! The carrier's overrun! Everyone's either dead or jumped ship. Hold on, we're coming in to pick you up.
And thus ended the illustrious, honorable career of Admiral Morrison. Don't worry, they'll name a ship after him or something. He's dead. Dang, I should have kept that minigun. Well, that thing called a Hunter is back. I remember all the early trailers of this game featured this shot.
No way I'm flying anywhere near that thing! You're gonna have to kill it, Nomad!
How did I know you were gonna say that?
Yeah, what do you want me to do? Clean it up for you? Grill it on the barbecue? I'm your worst nightmare. The sailor with the barbecue. Well, soldier, technically, but yeah, you get the idea. Well, just chucked that VTOL like it was a toy.
Son of a bitch!
Anyway, like I was saying, yeah, I remember this.
Hang on, Nomad. I'll try to weaken it. Stay close to that thing.
I remember
It
this
seems to
shot
be
from the
working.
trailer. The other trailers were like, oh my god, it's the most realistic looking thing ever. Nowadays, the game's graphics are showing their age, even the remastered version. Alright, you gotta watch out for those pulses of energy it fires on occasion. Those are deadly, like one-shot kills. So you just gotta hit it with missiles. Then it fires its molecular arrestor at you, freezes you. You gotta shake it off, shake it off. Keep hunting around for missiles. Unfortunately, those energy balls do cost a good amount of splash damage as well, so you gotta be careful. Where's this? There he is. Alright, let's try and get this thing down. I wish we used the TAC cannon. You can't use it now. The TAC cannon is one of those weird things where it's very location and time specific as to exactly when you can use it. After all, we don't want to fire off any more nuclear weapons than we have to, right? We've already tried to nuke the aliens. That didn't work. Well, we got it.
God, the bastards!
They're retreating.
Hang tight! I'm bringing her down!
Leave me! Get out of here now!
Never gonna happen, mate!
We're not going without you.
Go! I can take this thing down!
Not without my help.
Are you crazy? Just go!
Get out while you still can. Leave me here. I'll die with honor. Alright, this is known as the alien warship. And it's a big guy. It's a big boy, I tell ya.
Oh, shit! They brought out the big guns! Nomad, take out those cannons!
There must be a shield. Psycho, get us closer. Nomad, I'll transmit a signal through your suit.
We're taking fire! I can't get near that thing!
Nomad, knock out those turrets so we can get within range.
Yes, I'm working on it, Helena. Thankfully, there's a box of unlimited missile launchers right here.
Okay, Psycho, bring her in as close as you can get.
I sure hope you know what you're doing.
Ha! Ditto! Alright, keep us steady. Nomad, stand by.
Alright, now we need to fight off some scouts.
Hold on! I think it's working!
sail!
I'm trying. Oh, I died. Let's try again.
I sure hope you know what you're doing.
Ditto! Alright, keep it steady. Nomad, stand by. Hold on, I think it's working.
Shit, they're all over us! Nomad, keep them off our tail!
Yeah, these darn scouts. Yeah, where are they? Keep freezing me. Oh, he's directly above me.
I've got it! The shield's down!
Use the tack cannon! Wax that thing!
I thought you'd never ask.
Alright, now we can start using this nuke gun. As soon as it stops freezing me.
Use the tack gun to lock on!
Now we gotta take out its wings here first.
Beautiful! That's one down!
Okay, I'm working on the second one.
It's more of them! Cover us, Nomad!
Second shield's down!
Go on, mate! Take down that cannon!
Alright, we're gonna lock on and fire.
Got it! Nice shooting!
You know, for a mini nuke, it certainly doesn't produce much of what looks like a nuclear blast. But I'm no expert. I need more Gauss rifle ammo.
Fuck! Hang on! Nomad, it's gonna sink us! Take that fucking thing down!
Alright, we gotta hit that door that's right underneath it. Occasionally it will open and let out some smaller enemies, which is really annoying. Go away.
Okay, the hatch is open.
You that son of a bitch!
Here goes nothing.
Hurry, Nomad!
It's gonna hit the deck, Nomad! Come on!
Alright, well, you gotta run to the bow and jump on the VTOL. Helena's there in the back.
Come on! Come on! You can make it!
Her voice echoes. She says it twice.
Hurry! We're not leaving without you!
Hold on!
Yes, I'm on board. Go.
Come on, Psycho! Go, go, go!
Well, that thing crashed into the carrier and sunk a 100,000-ton naval warship. Nearly pulled us down with it into a giant whirlpool. And apparently it took all the other escorts with it as well. Yeah, it literally took an entire carrier strike group with it. Down to Davy Jones's locker, I guess.
There's a naval fleet en route from Japan. They'll be here within the hour.
I'm setting course to intercept.
No. We know how to beat them now. We need to keep fighting.
I'm picking up a transmission.
What is it?
You ain't gonna believe this, mate. It's Prophet.
He's alive?
And kicking by the sound of it. Looks like he's inside the sphere.
Lock onto his position. We're going back.
We're going back in. Well, that was the end, people, of Crysis Remastered. It's a bit of a cliffhanger that I am not particularly fond of. But let's give my review. And by the way, the credits here, last for an eternity. Yeah, I can't remember. I timed it out once. The credits for this game are just hella long. Anyway, Crysis 1 is probably one of the more memorable first-person shooter games I've played from the early 2000s, or I guess the late 2000s. While criticized when it was released for having extremely steep hardware requirements and derided as nothing more than just a flashy technology demonstrator, I honestly feel that it's a fairly solid shooter. Certainly not the greatest, but it's still good on my scale. I like that the game is a good blend of stealth and action, and it provides you with pretty wide open levels that accommodate different play styles, at least for an early 2000s game. And that's really where this game shines, in that it feels much more open than, your average Call of Duty or Battlefield titles that were popular at the time of this game's release. And even though it's not really an open world game, you could play it in a way that suits you, and so that's what I enjoyed about it. As for the controls, I feel that they are a bit more in-depth than your average first-person shooter, again, for an early 2000s shooter. The nanosuit mechanic was pretty well done, and it worked very smoothly, although, to be honest, it was not the most original of mechanics. Earlier games like Project Snowblind, for example, had fairly similar gameplay features, but they were implemented slightly differently. But I think Crysis is when it started getting more mainstream. I really enjoyed how this game allowed you to customize your weapons, particularly the weapon attachments on the fly. Nowadays, that's not uncommon, but again, that was a really unique gameplay feature back in the day, and it suited its more dynamic playstyle. It's like, whoa, you can pull up a menu and just randomly slap a laser aiming module or a flashlight or a different optic or something on your weapon just on the fly. That's crazy, but again, early 2000s, right? Annoyingly, however, I will say that the remastered version made a few of the controls a little bit on the janky side, again, such as removing the grenade launcher aiming system and all that. Again, I speculate that a lot of this is due to the fact that it's essentially it was made from the console port for the Xbox 360 and all that. So, but apart from those minor things, the controls still worked just fine in my opinion. Now, some of the criticisms of this game were that the characters are two-dimensional, and that, I think, still holds true. They're not very well fleshed out. Psycho is probably one of the more interesting characters in the game. As for the player character of Nomad, a lot of people feel that he's really dry and detached, and in many ways I would agree, but that being said, I would argue that Nomad's character is exactly what I would expect of maybe a special forces officer. He's intelligent, but he's very level-headed and not prone to screaming and hysterics and all that. Simply put, Nomad gets the job done. What more do you want? Now, the story itself I actually find fairly interesting given its science fiction elements, but the problem is that it suffers tonally in the last third of the game once you reach Mission 7, Core, and you head inside the alien structure. At that point, it loses a lot of its freeform nature and it becomes much more linear in its level design, and it kind of just holds your hand and says, go this way or go that way and shoot whatever gets in front of you. It also removes much of the stealth elements of the game in the latter half. Now obviously I find the first 6 missions of the game to be the best and to have the greatest amount of replayability. Indeed, in many ways, I just replay those missions and I don't even bother with the 7th mission onward. That said, the mission Core does bring the pace of the game almost to a screeching halt. But I suspect that was somewhat the point. It's meant to be a very alien environment. Now the story starts out fairly quietly as a covert operation, but gradually ramps up the action to the point where you do feel like you're in the middle of something far larger and the conflict is growing beyond just what you see. So I think pacing-wise, the first 2/3 of the game do pretty well. Now all that said, I do feel that the story suffers from a narrative standpoint. You don't really find out anything about these aliens, where they come from, what their motivations are, etc. The design of the aliens is not really all that unique, and nor are their tactics or AI. They really just serve as bullet sponges for you to shoot at. Ultimately, I feel that the narrative in this game is a little weak, and it leaves you with more questions than it really answers, and not in a good way. Now, unfortunately, the storytelling will not get any better with Crysis 2. In fact, in some ways it'll get worse. And I'm kind of dreading having to play Crysis 2, but we're gonna do it. I don't have too much to say about the music of this game, but it was suitable, and I didn't find any of it to be jarring or inappropriate. It works enough for the setting. Now, all in all, I would give this game a solid 7.5 or an 8 out of 10. My opinion on the game has not drastically changed in the years since it first came out, all the way back in, the early 2000s, and I don't think the remaster did anything significant for it, for better or for worse. I mean, the only upshot is it has better graphics. It's still an enjoyable shooter to play, and I would still recommend people pick up the remastered version if they are interested in the game. Coming up next, I'll probably be playing the expansion, Crysis Warhead, assuming that I can get it working. Although if I can't, if it doesn't run on my computer, then I think I'll just go ahead onto the remastered versions of Crysis 2 and 3, and we'll just do the trilogy instead of the expansion, Crysis Warhead. But if all goes well, then I'll be doing Warhead next. Well, that was Crysis, everyone. That's gonna do it for now, so I'll see everyone later.